You got knocked the fuck out, man. Chris Eubank got knocked out. Incredible performance from Liam Smith. Pulled out the bag in the fifth round, I believe. I had Smith winning the first round. I had Eubank reeling off three in a row after that, controlling rounds two and three with the jab, and then in the fourth round started letting the uppercuts go. And then in the fifth round got a little bit overconfident. Smith, who I didn't feel was really doing enough to box himself into range and really earn the right to throw those big winging uppercuts and those big winning hooks. Well, he didn't need to box his way in because the one that landed really counted. At the end of the day, the thing that Chris Eubank did wrong, and we spoke about in some of the build-up videos, is that he didn't have any boxing fundamentals. He went in there like a tribute act. He went in there thinking it was X Factor. He went in there thinking this fucking Britain's Got Talent. And tonight, I'm going to be Roy Jones. Apart from the fact you're not. Yeah. And it's all fun and games trying to be a Roy Jones impersonator when you're dishing it out. Okay. With a low left hand and the swinging left hand and the sharp head movement. But those are Roy's moves. You don't have Roy's reflexes. You don't have Roy's speed. You don't have Roy's speed of thought. You don't have Roy's footwork. You don't have Roy's years of doing that. Yeah. And the other thing is you don't have Roy high arm defense in the corner. Yeah. That's something Roy used to do when he got trapped in a corner. He would bring his arms up. Junior wasn't doing that. And the problem with getting hit and getting hurt, yeah, when you're fighting someone else's style, is that you don't know what to do. It's hard to get your head back when you're pretending to be somebody else. Yeah. So he was way too quick to get up. He didn't give himself a chance to recover. His legs were still scrambled. And the referee, I don't feel like from Eubank's point of view, did anything wrong. I think the referee played a straight bat. His legs were all over the place. And the referee saved him from further punishment. But I think from the impartial's point of view, from the fans' point of view, there's an argument that the second time he went down, he was really bundled down. He wasn't knocked down. So when he rushed back up again and didn't really give himself enough time to clear his head, and he stumbled a little bit, the referee could have given him his 8 seconds to get his feet together, look into his eyes, lift his gloves up, and see if he's good to continue. Because technically, the second time he went down, it wasn't from a knockdown. But again, you know, the villain of the piece is Chris Eubank, right? Naive way to fight, naive way to defend, naive way to behave when you get knocked down and you get hurt. You should give yourself the opportunity, not just be dictated to by your ego and jump straight up when you haven't got your legs underneath you. And especially the second time when you got bundled down, you should have taken the opportunity to get your head together. But Chris is a proud guy, but at the end of the day, up there, there's not enough going on. There's not enough going on. And the other major variable in the fight, and I mentioned this in the warm-up videos, is the weight. Yeah. Chris is tight at the weight. He doesn't have that punch resistance. You know, this is a guy that's taken big, big shots from George Groves at 168. And he was able to absorb those because he was at a healthy weight class and he was younger. But at 33, to go back to 160, which is you've been fighting at your whole career, he's lost his punch resistance. And also, you saw with the swelling, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say he didn't hold a lick because he held a real lick from Liam Smith. But when you get that instant swelling, right, that's a sign of dehydration. That's a sign of your kidneys not able to filter blood quick enough, right? And you get that instant swelling. If you're comfortable at a weight class, you can hold a better shot and you don't end up like with a fucking golf ball on your eye. So I know it's an instant reaction and maybe I'll do something a little bit more considered tomorrow. But at this point in time, I do not see Chris Eubank taking the rematch at all. I think he lets Liam Smith go and he probably waits out for the Conor Benn rematch. Should I say the Conor Benn first fight? Obviously, with the PED situation, it never happened. Because if he fights Liam Smith again, Smith is talking about bringing him down even further. I think he's already punch resistance is shot at 160. He wants no piece of that. He's going to get knocked out again, and he's going to be taking a smaller split. So you either retire or you do the Eubank versus Benn. It's a big money fight. If anything, it's a closer fight now. It's easier to sell. Before, Eubank was so much bigger. He's fought at a higher level. Benn's not really been proven at this level yet. He's a smaller guy coming up. Now, Eubank's vulnerable. Benn, the whole controversy around the drug testing, we don't know. Can he even fight without those things in the system? However, they got in there. So now that's still a big money fight. That's still got extra layers to it. If anything, it's even more sellable. And Chris Eubank takes his final payday and walks off into the sunset. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to do something a little bit more considered tomorrow. Safe.